YouTube. I recently had the telltale signs of worn brake pads on a motorbike. It's a Honda VFR750. So I've gone ahead and bought a set of replacement pads, which are double-edged sintered brakes. They're supposed to be good in all weathers and have very high heat dissipating properties. So let's go ahead and get this fitted on. Okay, I have two 12mm bolts to take off. This one here, which is easily accessible, and there's one right here, which is a bit of a nightmare to access, but we'll get that done and done somehow. Right, let's get this spanner. Right, this bolt here is in an awkward position, and it's tense, and it was very tight. So I had to use a breaker bar. To give me some extra leverage to get it undone. So just put your breaker bar on the spanner, on the socket, and then that will give you extra leverage to undo it. So once you break it, it will be easier to carry on with your socket. So there you go, it's coming loose. Okay, so here we are, that bolt is out. Now the end of this bolt here is a split pin, so make sure you take that off first before you undo the bolt. I've pushed back the pistons using a G-clamp, and they've gone all the way back, which is a good thing. Now I've got to take this pin out here, which holds the rear part of the brake pads. Now, this pin here, it's a bit of a nightmare to take off, partly due to, in my humble opinion, the design of it. It takes a screwdriver, and how I'm supposed to take that off the screwdriver after it's been in there for ages, I don't know. I've tried it, but it won't budge. I've even tried my trusted cordless screwdriver here with no success. And I've devised a workaround to take that pin off, and this is how it goes. I've put a mole grip, or what some people call a vice grip, on the pin, and that seems to work. So the pin is coming loose. I think now I can use the screwdriver to completely remove it. Ah, look at that. That's a beauty. It's coming off. Here it comes. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. And it seems to have sheared off. Can you believe it? It seems to have sheared off completely. So I think I'll have to replace that. But in the meantime, let's get on with the job at hand. I think I spoke too soon. This little screw here is actually just a cover. So you take this off, it will expose an Allen key in there, and then it's just a matter of unscrewing that by hand. As you can see there, it's coming out nice and easy. And here we go, the pin is out. It's actually an Allen, takes an Allen key, it's an Allen screw. So there you go. This little bit here is just a cover, but it was well stuck in there, so it was a bit of a problem to take out, and the mole grip did help flatten out a bit and made it easier to unscrew with a screwdriver. So as soon as that pin was out, the pads have just fallen off. Okay, so let's stick the new ones in and put this caliper back in place. Okay, so the pin goes in, and then we put on the left pad onto the pin, push the pin through, put the right hand pad in onto the pin, push it in, and then we screw that in. And finally, the covering screw goes on like that. It's a bit fiddly. Yeah, that's him. Put a screwdriver in there and do it all the way. I think I've crossed the threads there. I'll have to take it out and try it again. But the pin is in and the cover is in as well. Right, let's move on to the next part. Okay, so I'm going to start off by putting this rear bolt here loosely. Okay, so it's in there loosely for now, and then I'm going to put the caliper back on the brake disc. Right, the next bolt to go in is this one in here. Again, I'm going to put it in there loosely for now. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to install a bolt for there and another bolt for right in there. Okay, the new disc pads are in, and I've tightened up all the bolts, and also I've put in that split pin back in, so that's easily forgotten, so make sure that goes back in there. Now what's left is to pump the brakes to get the fluid back to the pistons again, so that the pistons come out. And one other thing to bear in mind is over the next few days to gently use these brakes until they bed in. So make sure you let the pads bed in before you use them in anger. Okay, the pads are finally in and the job is done. It wasn't as straightforward as I thought it was going to be, but eventually we got there. So that's the job done. Thanks for watching my video, and hopefully I'll have another one coming up shortly.